Yeah, and it's okay. So in terms of the budget process, so you have lived this far longer than I have, and in my my limited experience to date, having seen it through only for a few years now, there's a clear process that starts quite early, and if we don't get ideas in, and if we don't submit priorities and start that conversation this fall, then we're not going to see those ideas realized in the spring budget. So maybe walk us through from what you saw from the inside and how one can effectively take an idea and the timeline to take that idea and realize it through the budget process.
Sure. So like the budget process, like we're about a year away from the next federal election. So I think the 2019 federal budget will be a big budget. I think often governments will use that budget as a platform going into the next election. So public servants like my colleagues, like myself, in past decades, would kind of know that context going in. So that work has already started right now. So there in fact, there were CBC reporters in my office last week asking me about the fiscal update. We probably will see in the next, probably the first half of November, the government minister, the finance minister, and will come out with an update, like how is Canada doing, how's the economy doing relative to projections, has the fiscal situation fundamentally changed, how big is the deficit? But it's also like I was getting questions from CBC reporters like, do you think he's going to do something on taxes? A lot of us talk about U.S. tax changes, and do you think there'll be any announcements on infrastructure? Do you think there'll be any surprises on the deficit? So like that work is going on right now. That we're going to prepare an update. Like on the measure side, like the finance committee is already consulting. The House of Commons Finance Committee is consulting with Canadians. So they, over the next months, you probably, if you turn on CPAC, you'll see various people in front of the Finance Committee, House of Finance Committee.
Maybe more people at committee than watching.
Probably, yeah. It's not. Yeah, if you're really struggling with sleep, that's a good thing. But with the Maple Leafs, like literally winning every hockey game, you'd probably be watching the Toronto Maple Leafs win hockey games. So that process is going on. They're taking measures. People can submit measures, like they have ideas to the finance minister. I was in Cabbagetown yesterday. I walked by his office. You could also go there and deliver, if you have ideas, like make those ideas available in writing, or you can submit them to the Ministry of Finance. You'll see on the website that they take those proposals. So it's going on. Cabinet committees are meeting. The finance minister's meeting with the prime minister literally as we speak. I was part of that process for many years. They're talking about how much flexibility do they have, what should be the priorities in this budget, how do we set up the next, our platform for 2019, and and then hopefully that budget. It's often 2019 will be a political budget because of the election year, but often there still should be enough time to get that budget bill passed through Parliament. So some of these measures could become law, and so people are quite busy right now. It's a very busy budget
On the
season.
political side, what I've seen is, obviously Minister Morneau has a lot of sway. Obviously Prime Minister Trudeau has a lot of sway. Every minister will submit.
You have a lot of sway.
A little bit of sway, perhaps. I
remember we were talking about it. I think about a year ago, maybe a bit more than a year ago, changes to the worker tax benefit.
Yeah.
You kept like I'm pushing this idea. It should be made automatic. People shouldn't have to claim for these things. And I was sitting in a budget lockup with a bunch of many people, and